Hey folks, I am just about to come on. Let me just get my video capture device added onto here so that y'all can see me. Hawkadoki. Hey, looky there. We're live! Oh man, after last week. Whew, it was rough. It was rough. But I will say this, I have learned quite a bit about all this interneting things and such and things. And yeah, no, it's actually, I mean, not that it was fun for anybody, but at least now, hopefully in the future, if such things happen, I will be a little better at reacting to them in the moment. But anyway, hey, how's everyone doing? Wow, Kate's out there, Bomer, it's the whole gang. It's like everybody's here. Woohoo! We have a fun session for today. More excitement with our good friend Luck. We finally will hopefully get to Kel's level up. That's the plan. And I'm taking my shoes off because I'm going to be in front of this computer for the next 6 hours. Between you guys and learn to play, I ain't going nowhere. I was out at the grocery store earlier today. There we go. So we are sitting now. We're not at 1080p, which was kind of where we had been, but we are at a rock solid 720, 30 frames per second. And I figure for our purposes, that's what it's going to be, because having something is better than having nothing. So cheers as I drink my protein drink. Wow, Kate, I love your commission. Or actually, I guess it's Tonya and Wow, Kate. I love that commission. You guys, hey, Brieger, how you doing? It was awesome. Let me get my notes up and ready to go. I think I want that separate, so let me get that on its own little separate window. Great. That's good to hear. Making me feel happy there. Okay, thank you. Because I was feeling like it might be not quite as good. So if it's looking good, that's great. I mean, certainly that's the whole thing is for us, it's not like we're doing a first-person shooter or Overwatch or something like that. And so with a lot of the research that I was doing, the reality is, I mean, it's me being me, of course. I want to be like, I'm streaming in high def as high as possible, and we're the cool thing. But the reality is we're about telling the story. And I kind of even got to myself that when watching last week, trying to piece together the episode, was it's better to have something without all the bells and whistles than have nothing. Hey, Kyrofrost, we haven't seen you for a while. I'm not sure if you've been around, but I'm running a contest. If you go down in the doobly-doo, you'll see a big thing called giveaway. If you click on that, it'll link you to a tweet. All you gotta do is retweet it, and you could win a commission by our good friend Lloyd Hoshida. Whoops, Lloyd Hoshida. There he is. Lloyd Hoshida, who did a lot of our artwork over here. And for a commission of your own custom character. You're able to use it however you want. One of his traditional sketch level commissions. I think where it makes a difference is in some of the, again, a lot of these like fast motion, high render speed things is where it becomes an issue. But for us, I mean, where it might come into play would be if everyone's like shaking their arms around all at once. In fact, for us, it's probably better for audio. for us, it's probably better to have the audio at a higher setting than necessarily the video at a higher setting. So I actually put that on Twitch's max setting, whereas we're, down from max setting on the video side. Because, I mean, it's okay to see our faces, but it's really about our, the story we're telling at the end of it. So, hopefully, folks who struggled through last session or couldn't stand it, which I don't blame you, got a chance to go watch. We're going to do a little bit of an extra recap. Not a ton of stuff happened last time. Mainly, we got to watch Luck going insane, which is, always fun. But just for a little extra recap for those folks who weren't able to get a chance to go over to YouTube and see the Frankenstein Together episode. Big things that happened. We had Luna do some interaction with the other, what are known as the Children of Mim, Children of the Lost, who have been taken in underneath of Mad Madam Mim's wing. Quite a few of them, in fact, more than we've ever seen in any one place. There's about 24 or 2.5 of these Children of the Lost, known as the Children of Mim, who all do various different carnival acts, but also travel with her and find sanctuary with her. For the most part, we saw water, air, and earth genasi, a couple fire genasi mixed in, but for the most part, earth, water, fire were the big ones that we saw. We met our friend Vincente Covenere, who is our sort of leader of this group from Torvolia. We got a little bit of background about Torvolia, sort of a mix between Venice and Paris type idea, as he was explaining it. Food, wine, women, all those fun things. A city a port that's always remained untouched, but is all forever defiled. It is, just another place of interest on our map, way over to the east of where we all. So we met him and learned that Mim has some secret, something involving the Children of the Lost, the Genasi, and the Vice. Who knows? Something weird there. We left that sort of as an open mystery. As we then caught up with Luck, who learned his new blood curse as a blood hunter through a pretty ghastly puppet show where a marionette pretty much... hey, thanks for the subscription, Kyra Frost. I appreciate that. You know what? Alerts should be on top of the video capture device. So, where this marionette suddenly became Iska's corpse that he was controlling. Pretty gruesome. But he had to make a sanity check, and his level up continues. We then moved along. I'm trying to think where we went to next. I think we kind of called it a night after that one. Subflex. And we called it a night after that. Woke up the next morning to Luck again, serving breakfast. That became kind of interesting, as he seemed as though he had poisoned the whole party with one of his mutagens, again part of his blood hunter class. And was pretty harrowing there, as we then found that it was not as it seemed to be. Ooh. Note to self, I need to turn off my phone first thing, but let me go grab that so it's not ringing any other time. Yeah, pro streamer right there. So yeah. So we played with that. Some more with Luck going insane, and huh. Looks like we've got other folks who are having internet problems today. And then checked in with Kel and with Kel and Cilia. Oh, we had Axel. That was it. Axel had his mysterious interaction with the Death Rune as he's learning more and more about how that works, and relived their experiences in Moss Hollow, but from a sort of different point of view. It was almost something was using that memory to almost introduce itself to him. Next morning, Luck went a little bit more insane, like I said, with the poisoning everyone for breakfast. Kel, Cilia, and Iskrin went running off to the tent. Cilia quite angry that Iskrin had apparently lost, and he did, in a gambling game, quite a bit of loot for not very much money in return. Was out to get justice, and they have been trying to get into Mad Madam Mim's big top tent. Kel as well has been trying to get into that, but have thus far been thwarted. Luck was taking a long walk, sort of going over what was happening to him. And yeah, and that's kind of where we left off, because, dear Lord, it was about as painful of a session as could have been due to technical difficulties. So that's where we'll be picking back up, and as we introduce into the story, we will. I'll do a little bit more of that introduction into where we are and what's going on, and. Looks like we got a little bit of internet funness happening in the green room as our cast is coming online, but I'm seeing people appearing now, so that's good. Still looking for a couple more, so we can chat a little bit more. Anyway, for those of you who haven't tried it out yet, our Discord is now... hey, New Titans! Our Discord is now live. And I'm a horrible person and don't know the right way to do the link, because I just don't know how to do Discord. Somewhere there's a button to say invite, and I don't know how to do that. It's got to be here somewhere, right? Right? Somewhere here. Invite people, invite link, member list maybe. Anyone know? Hey, if you can PM it to me, wow, Kate, I would appreciate it, and then I will put it up that way. Automod is doing a thing. Because yeah, I admit it. I am Discord illiterate. I need to get better at it. There's Bird did it. That one. That's the link. Click on that. Because Bird's awesome. And yeah, so ta-da! Thank you. Thank you, WoW. I've eventually got to figure out where you actually get that from. There it is again for anyone who didn't get it before. Well, what's going on with our folks? This time I'm actually going to keep Twitter open because I had people trying to help. There's a Danny coming in place, and I just need my two Southern Hemisphere, folks, and we can get going. Actually, what I might do is go ahead and get our introductions going. And hey, folks, we're going to go live here in just a minute. What we'll do is go ahead and get introductions going, and we'll jump to the higher camera setups as we get more people in. So I am going to be saying goodbye to you for just a second, and then we will be right back with you. And here we go, guys. Ta-da! Look at that. I love when a plan comes together and everything locks in, even when I'm not that good of a streamer and it still works. It's a wondrous thing.
You're a good streamer, just not a pro streamer.
That's true. I admit it. I fully admit it.
Someday.
We can anyway, so here we are with the folks who are with us. Our Southern Hemisphere folks are going to be joining us shortly. They're getting their internet worked out. I am going to move people around a little bit to get them somewhat in the right spots. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and start doing some introductions. Let's start with Danny, since he's the first one who's in the right spot.
Oh, okay. Hello. I'm Tunarth. I am playing Kel the Wood Elf Druid. Things have happened, and things are happening, and things are going to happen. So I guess we'll see what happens.
And there you have it. Next up, we have our main man, Good Guy Pie.
Yes, it's me. And I am Good Guy Pie. I will be playing your residential blood hunter, who is totally fine. Everything is fine. We don't panic. It is fine. Lock Goldheart. And again, fine. Everything is fine.
Totally fine.
Stuff is not happening. He lies. Things aren't going to happen.
Yeah, no, it's smooth sailing. All smooth sailing. Next up, we have NNG9, Alicia.
Hello, I'm NNG9 on Twitch, NNG9 on Twitter. I will be playing Luna, our Genasi monk, who's broadened her horizons and met some more Genasi, and it's been a fun time. Also wandering, one more and then you're off the hook. Shut up.
Okay, so next up, let's go with our good friend, Bird vs. Plane.
Hey folks, I am Bird vs. Plane. I'll be playing Iskatol, the half-elf bard / gunslinger in training. She's had a rough go of it lately. She died, she came back, she sang a cool song that everyone liked, she made some gold, and she is keeping her distance from Luck Goldheart, strings, and muffins, because they have all proven to be terrible, terrible things.
You don't know about any of that.
Iska doesn't know about that.
And
Yes.
she has lost her soul.
No, she knows exactly where it is. It just happens to not be in her body.
Nitpicker.
Debatable. Let's then go to our good friend. Oh, and now we got our 8th person. Let's pop to the new camera
Hey!
there. And we got the full house all here, all ready to go. And everyone's, again, in the wrong places. So let's still go to our good friend, Templar Warden.
Hello, I am Templar Warden. I am playing Hidden by Axel, the Tabaxi wizard, who is concerned about everything. So yeah, doesn't want people to die. A good way of doing that is, of course, necromancy. Always a good way. Yeah, and he's getting ready for a terrifying journey through the Vice. Wonderful.
Oh my gosh, and then we have a fresh-shaven dragons or cats looking all kinds of smooth, and like he's got the smolder on.
Who is
This
this
is
guy?
what you look like after a bender? You need to go to Australia more often.
You know, he looks, except for the hair color, remarkably like Tintin.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Oh yeah, I absolutely will give you Tintin.
To be honest, I was thinking Agent Smith.
I'll get that too. I think that is definitely workable too.
His chin isn't long enough.
Yeah, no, definitely not for Agent Smith.
Yeah, he looks like an older Tintin. Yeah.
So,
I am Dragons with Cats. I'm playing Ishgrin, and all traveling fear for Drox Marketer.
Yeah! Awesome.
It's gonna be fun. I am just waking up, and I am ready to roll some spectacular fails.
There are fails possibly in your future, for sure. But
You think?
yeah, I don't know. Things could go fine. It could be just fine. But anyway, so just to let you know a little bit about our channel, I got everyone, because I've been moving cameras this whole time. Everyone said something. No, Tree Hugging Druid.
Well, how could you forget about me?
Because you keep getting moved.
I went into full rogue mode and just had Tall Skull forget about me.
Absolutely.
Hold on. I hear things. I think it's Twitch. It's Twitch. It is totally Twitch.
Okay.
I am Tree Hugging Druid. I play Celia Rollerin, our high elf rogue. She's Celia.
She's doing her thing. Cool.
Yeah.
So, let's tell you a little bit about our channel. We do run our channel 100% for charity, and this month we are supporting the American Breast Cancer Foundation. You can find a link down below if you'd like to donate and affect the outcomes of our game. There's a little shopping list below of things that you can donate to add to the game, as well as if you go below the actual banner, you'll see their name in bold. You can just click on that to go to their website and just educate yourself more about breast cancer, about awareness, about being preventative in your care for yourself and your loved ones. So even if you can't donate, it's always good just to be educated about all the preventative measures that you can make to keep you and your family healthy and safe. So with that, since we are on our sort of shortened sessions for the foreseeable future, I'm going to go ahead and get us jumped right in to our story. So, as morning rose upon the party, we had Cillian, Iskrin, and Kel spent pretty much the first half of their morning confusing vendors and scoping out the Big Top tent, attempting to gain access to Gabriel, each for their own set of reasons. Celia, in order to, I think, give him a piece of her mind. Kel probably falls into that category as well. But we also had Iska, who is off at the shooting range with Sebastian, as we were saying, learning how to not necessarily become an expert gunslinger, but at least not kill herself and others with the use of a firearm. So she's over in gun school. Luck was taking a short walk after breakfast, musing and trying to sort of get his senses sorted out. After a pretty harrowing breakfast, where he felt or thought that he had pretty much poisoned, and in fact even killed or knocked unconscious a few of his party members by accidentally feeding them his bone armor mutagen, which was a fairly gruesome sight to behold for him. After walking a little bit,
bone chilling, possibly.
Bone chilling. After a short walk with Grain, sort of getting his feet back under him, he was heading back into the main vendor area of Mad Madam Mims in the Midway. Who we haven't checked in yet this morning after breakfast is Luna. So let's start there. Luna, after everyone sort of split up and gone their own ways, what is your morning look like, and what are you up to?
I'm gonna go grab just a few things. Gonna go get the tailor's tools, and maybe looking to get in the new stick.
Okay. So
or additional stick.
You're wanting to head into the vendor area.
Yes.
We know Axel was sort of left. Actually, he got glitter bombed, if I recall correctly, in front of the blacksmith shop. Since you're looking for fairly, I mean, we'll say for the tailor's tools, you're kind of looking for more mundane items. We'll have you sort of head in over to the vendors in Midway, which is sort of the sort of more general goods caravans and not the less magical things. Do me a investigation check just to see what you're able to find over there.
You got it, boss. Not a whole lot.
You eventually do find a general goods wagon. It does take you about an hour or so. This area is not set up as much for vending as it is just lots of wagons sort of parked together, spending the day, spending time. One of the things as you do go around, you do see that a lot of these carts are sort of almost being closed up for the day, as though they might not be doing business today. And upon talking more with them, you discover and it's almost slipped your mind because you weren't keeping as close track of, hey, not 20 for Luna, because she's a shadow puppet master. From Wandering Silence. All right.
Speaking of nat 20s, remember Sunday from all players got a nat 20.
Yep, they sure did. From last time. So be sure to go ahead and mark that down. Actually, let me go back and just quickly hit those donations just to make sure that we got them, because we were up and down and left and right. So let me just make sure that those people have those marked down. So yeah, it was a nat 20 for everyone plus $15 to the spell bank. Everyone got a healing die. I think everyone marked that down. And there's a random potion for Good Guy Pie, which we will actually do. Just remind me to do it when we get back to you, that we need to get you to roll a potion. And we actually, that also reminds me, we do need to roll for the spell bank. I am not super positive that that's the right amount, but we're going to go with it because at this point, I don't want to dig back through it and try to figure it all out. So we're going to say we're at the $95 level, which puts us, I believe, at a level 4 spell. 95. No, we are level 3 spell. So let me get up the ye old sheet. Who wants to roll it this time? I'll tell you what you need to roll here in just a second. Who's feeling lucky?
I will.
Axel, do it.
Or Axel.
Or Axel.
All right.
You spoke words that made me think you might not become a lich after all, and I wanted to
still lich.
It is
He
a
never wants to be a lich.
It is a D56, please.
Okay. D56.
Yep.
Computer work. Thank you. 32.
A 32. On a 32, the new spell, ooh, this is interesting, is Major Image. Potentially could be helpful, but always nice to let things build as well. So, Major Image is currently the... and we also... we've got 2 scrolls that we need you guys to get possession of during your time here as well. So, anyway, back to Luna. So, a lot of these shops sort of be closing up, or people seem to be heading over from Midway over to Mad Madam Mims. And as I said, as soon as they start mentioning it, you realize, yeah, I guess it is about that time of year. You just hadn't realized it was the specific day. Today is Belmark, which is the equivalent of Beltane in our world. It actually, because of the calendar and the cycles, occurs on June 1st instead of on May 1st. But it is a big celebration that you've your parents celebrated. Small towns and villages, most everyone has some sort of celebration of Belmark, as it is sort of the return of spring, fertility, fire festivals. It's a winter's over sort of mark for the world, and apparently there's going to be some activities at Mad Madam Mims, but you do catch a general goods vendor as you are headed out that does seem to have some tailoring kits, needles, threads, buttons, toggles, all the things that you would need. Different, everything from armor, big, heavy, like leather work needles, to more sensible cloth work, and even down to fine embroidery type work. 5 gold is what he would like to charge you. Sure. And just thank you for your business. Yes, I'm off my way over to Mad Madam Mims for the day to partake of all the food and drink and festivity. And goes ahead and you take care of that. And then, like I said, it took you about an hour. So after that, we'll have you head over. I guess. Are you going to head over to Mad Madam Mims, especially if you're looking for quarterstaff upgrade, especially if it is anything magical in nature? And as it seems like a lot of this seems to be closing down.
Yeah, we kind of get the feeling like, I should probably move with the current on this
Move
one.
with the current and the crowd. So we're going to tune in on Luck. Luck, you when after your walk, you sort of find yourself on this sort of main, kind of center street almost, if you think about it. Not to be confused with Midway where the wagons are parked, but actually like a carnival Midway, where there's tents on either side. There's lots of strolling entertainment. It is quite crowded out here, and you didn't notice it last night or in the tavern because you were sort of in a hurry and sitting down, but here in the morning light, you realize this is the first time you've been walking in a real crowd since the physical changes that happened to you after your curse. The added height, you were 5'7", 5'8", you're now almost 6'2", 6'3", the extra weight, size, muscle, and you're starting to become awkwardly aware of this new size and height, as you're now, you used to in a crowd would be looking sort of people in the eye, or even sometimes looking up at them, and now you're almost a full head taller than a lot of these people. You seem to kind of like repeatedly just be in everyone's way, either too fast or too slow or too wide. You also begin to realize what a horrible state all of your clothes are in. Luna mended them the best that she could on the road, but your toes are sticking out of these boots that you basically had to cut the ends off of for your feet, and your pants are high waters at best, really kind of more like probably culottes. They're mid-calf. The shirt that is underneath the elven armor you borrowed from Cilia, at least that fits, but the shirt underneath of it is basically sewn together tatters. And you just begin to feel like everyone is staring at you. It just sort of suddenly becomes suffocatingly silent. You just can hear your own breath as your chest just kind of starts to tighten, and it starts to get shorter, and you're realizing that your vision is sort of coming into almost a tunnel, as almost a panic begins to overtake you in this crowd and around all these people. And about the time where you're just about to break, you get a sort of quick nip on your ear and a yip by Grain. And your breath sort of eases. And as you look around, you can't quite figure out where you've walked to, but you hear a voice call out from over at one of the tents. There's a real miner. He can tell you the quality of these gems. Friend, come let your experienced eye tell this young fellow what a bargain I am giving him.
Oh, sure. Yes, I'll be right over, as he sort of, it's like a sort of small dash.
Okay.
It's hot. They're interesting.
Yeah, you go across. You see that pick on him? There's someone who's lived his life in the mines. He'll tell you that this is a good quality. And you see a young, sort of timid-looking kid who is probably buying something maybe for a sweetheart or something. And so he hands over to you a shimmering. It's a high quality. It's a nice looking ruby. I mean, it's pretty good.
Yes, this is definitely some of the finer gems you can find in the mines. Wonderful. Yes, wonderful work. Naturally beautiful. It's like it's like a nice fiery hearth. Yeah.
So, really, sir? So it's a good one?
It's a wonderful one.
Oh, good. I think she'll like it. And you see him hand over some gold to the vendor, and he sort of runs off. And the vendor looks at you. So friend, where are you from? Where did you do your mining?
Oh, I'm from Elevation Pit. Up in the high in the mountains.
Elevation Pit, you say? Your neighbors from there were just here. It's a long trip for you to make.
Yes, I'm on a very long journey. I'm following the traditions of my village.
Very nice. So you're not with that other group from Elevation Pit?
Other group?
Yes, your neighbors, I assume. They were just here.
Which way did they go?
Oh, they headed over towards the sarsaparilla wagon.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye. As he just bolts off.
Okay.
In whichever direction he pointed.
Yeah, you don't go very far before you see sarsaparilla cart, which is one of your favorites. Nice, sweet, good drink, frothy, cold. And you see some familiar faces. It's Chance, your brother. And he's with Faith. And Time, your daughter, is there holding his hand. And just as you are about to call out, he leans over and kisses her. Your brother, who you sacrificed everything for, to take on the burden of becoming the village protector, is kissing your wife while your daughter is holding his hand. Luck, I need you to make a sanity check with advantage. That rage that you felt fighting the dragon begins to build up inside of you. This deep, burning fire in your gut. Almost subconsciously, you reach back and pull out your pickaxe. Grain is barking in your ear, but you just ignore it. You slice your finger as you draw your weapon to begin the blood rite of the storm. But this time, it's not lightning that leaps across the pickaxe. It's a deep, red flame. It's a blazing fire. As it ignites your pickaxe, you see Chance run his fingers through Faith's hair like you used to do. And that red fire now blazes in your vision as rage just overcomes you. Luck, I need you to make an attack roll with advantage with your pickaxe. You, double-handed, are pulling back, ready to swing, when Grain bites you hard, drawing blood even. And in that moment, your vision clears. You see Faith still, but you see her smile. You see Time is laughing. They're happy. And you remember your oath. You can never return to Elevation Pit. Faith shouldn't have to live alone. Time needs a father. So do your sons, strength and trust. And as that realization comes over you, that red flame changes to blue as a peace flows over you. This is right. This is how it should be. Your family deserves to be happy, even if it's without you. Tell me how you're doing, Luck.
He stares at this and sort of grabs the helmet that sort of is hanging sort of on his back, sort of puts it up enough and sort of puts it down enough to cover his eyes as he whispers something to himself and holds on to the cloak as he sort of brings it close to himself. He turns round, looks over his shoulder, what he believes to be one last time, as he sort of merges himself back into the crowd and begins to head towards the sort of the main tent, as it were, the main drinking tent.
Luna, you see Luck. Your eye is caught by a strange flaming pickaxe that starts as red and then goes to blue. And then you see Luck put on his helmet and begin walking towards you. Axel, you had your eye caught by this as well, as you all are both out on the midway, and Luck is now sort of walking sort of towards where you all are coming from.
Stroll up to Luck. I mean, because I do know it's him, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you recognize the helmet. I mean, also his build. I mean, for all things, you recognize the tattered clothes. I mean, probably is...
I know my craftsmanship when I see it. You can hide your face, but you cannot hide that style. But, going up to Luck is... Do you require assistance?
For what? I'm just heading off for a drink.
That involves your pickaxe, does it?
Luck, is everything all right? You've been sort of acting off today. maybe a drink would do good. But if you want to talk to us, we can talk to you and things like that.
Yeah, but it's fine. I was just showing off the pickaxe. It was someone asked to see what I could do with
Insight check. Can I insight check?
Sure you can.
Axel looks very doubtful, but he sort of looks over to Luna, looks at the crowd. Okay. But we can talk about this, later.
Yeah.
Axel, since you had Gonry with him, you saw this, but you don't necessarily know who he was looking at. I mean, you don't have any...
Yeah, because Gonry would have noticed something was up, telepathically contact Axel. Axel would have swapped over to look through Gonry's eyes and seen something about to happen, but didn't quite know. But it didn't seem like a good thing.
Yeah. If anything,
I saw him about to attack someone, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, you saw him definitely draw out his pickaxe. You, not sure. Gonry probably saw Grain bite him as well.
Yeah.
In fact,
I imagine it would be Grain acting up that got sort of Conrad's attention as well.
Look, you are not generally a quiet man. If you were showing off, I think we would have heard.
Can't get anything past you, can I?
We'll say you do notice, Luna, him sort of looking abashedly as he was before all this happened, about sort of caved into himself, kind of noticing his clothes.
Do I think I'm going to find a place to get him some clothes with everything closing? That's
Madam Mim's stuff is all open. It was just mainly some of the wagons over there. So Madam Mim's, I mean, this is a bit, it's festival day. This is big day for them. It's just a lot of the other people want to be at the festival. So since they're not really set up as a shopping district, they're just kind of...
Okay.
Yeah, they were kind of like they open up their carts for whoever might need stuff. But no, the actual shops in Mim's are definitely open.
Okay, in that case, Luna will suggest, perhaps we should get you a new wardrobe.
That might be a good idea. And
get your mind off of your pickaxe.
Yeah, I like that. It's going to be pretty difficult to carry a wardrobe with only a cart, though. Maybe we should just buy some clothes.
Like wardrobe is like.
Luna's not going to say anything. Grab both their hands and start ice sliding.
Okay. You go along, Axel. I don't think Luck has a choice.
No, he does not.
Okay, never mind.
Axel goes along with it.
Oh, I was talking about Luck.
Oh yeah, so Axel, looks like you do have a choice if you want to have a choice.
You do.
No, Axel will choose to go along, but we're going to be sort of ice sliding. But he won't be able to do anything while it happens, but that's okay.
Oh, let's get you to...
We're going to go in the store, get this one thing, and then leave. Then we can go to Dairy Queen. Shush.
So yeah, all of, as you get out here, I mean, it seems as though even, from last night to today, more banners are up. There's more activity out in this in the whole area. All the shops, even things that weren't open last night, are open now. It seems like almost every nook and cranny is filled with vendors, whether it's for if you need a drink, if you need a shaved ice, if you want a sarsaparilla, if you want cloth. Lights, hammocks. I mean, it's pretty much every exotic good. Gyms, think huge Ren Fair wind chimes. There's people out who are offering services like identification of items. There's people who are doing tarot cards and reading fortunes. There are just a whole riot of different colors and sights and smells, even more so than you guys were involved with last night. You all thought it was pretty chaotic last night, but it seems as though that was pretty much after things had closed up and everyone had retired to drinking at the Leaping Lion. Now you realize what this is all about when it's in full swing, and on top of that being a festival day. Speaking of weird, we'll say, Axel, you definitely, because of your daily journaling, realized this was coming. You might not have realized what it was going to mean to Mad Madam Mims, but you know that it was, you would have known that it was Belmark.
Luna is uncomfortable but determined, so we will keep pressing forward.
There you go. So
out of the way, slip hazard.
Let's go back over, as it's gotten a little bit later in the morning, and as they had started out quite early and made sort of a beeline, let's check in on Celia, Iskrin, and Kel. We have Celia and Iskrin are out front of the big top. Celia was trying to talk her way past the guards. Kel was in squirrel form up on the big tent top, trying to see if he could find some secretive way in. So let's start with Iskra and Celia, and then we'll hop over to Kel. What are you guys up to? How's this going for you?
Go ahead. You look like you want to say something.
No, I'll fix about how I got to. I don't know, Ishkan just turns and says, well, would you like to try sneaking to a corner?
Celia will lean in and be like, you realize this place is filled with magic, right?
Yeah, it's just a lot. I can't like discern which one's what. Can't you see? Oh wait, no, you can't see. That's okay. Sorry. I mean, the druid didn't cheat at the game or anything. Like, I've played games of chance before, but like they look like they had fun. I mean, I guess it's that entertainment. That's why I have cookies. And a good friend has told me just now that an experience is one of the most important commodities of the spheres. So, thanks, Lyle. But why don't we buy a ticket? We'll just come back later. We'll talk to them after the show. There's so many other things you could do here. This place is incredible.
Celia will take a deep breath and say, where do you want to go?
Ishka will pulls out a black onyx and goes, we can get this looked at. We can use it in something. Oh, we could see what we can get for these dragon spines.
You lost the dragon spine. Oh,
no,
just one
3.
of them. Yep, you just lost one. You're right.
Yeah. So I got 2 left. And I hold them up like daggers in between fingers. You know, just like ping, ping.
Is there a tent we can go to that somebody can look at the dragons?
Sure. Actually, yeah, you can do an investigation check to see what you see. Both of y'all can do me an investigation and see if you can find someone who seems to be vending in, magical creature parts.
I just love my reliable talent.
Not yet. Celia, you're just kind of, I think you're still upset. You're still upset about that Iskrin did lose probably more valuable things than what he even remotely got paid for. But okay, fine. You're not going to press at this point. He seems pretty resolute. Couple things, Iskrin, on your investigation. You wander all around, and you're just not having any luck finding magical item vendors, which starts to sort of itch at the back of your head. Because this place is just a crater in the weave of magic, and yet everything you keep bumping into seems fairly mundane. And you end up back at the two blacksmiths' shop. The one who was doing all of this sort of more jeweled and fancy crafting, kind of, even though you're sort of across the road, kind of gives you a wary eye, as he's now had two very strange experiences with you. And you notice that he walks away from the counter, and his brother's away from the counter as well. You kind of watch them for a little bit as one works at the grinder and the other one works at the forge. And a memory comes back to you of your past lives. In Wills, $20. Woohoo! Thank you, In Wills. Perfecting my muscle definition to join the crew. Woohoo! Love y'all. Thank you, In Wills. You are awesome. We'll be putting that down into the spell bank, which brings us up to 115. We'll roll for that in a minute. You remember from your past lives the sounds, even though you were never assigned there, but it rang out through all of the Flogstum to people whose patron was the Frost Prince. And you recall the Forge of the Spheres and how to access that. And as that memory comes to you, you remember the spell, the Forge of the Spheres, and can add that to your spell list. Which, as we discussed, is basically a modified version of Hunger of Hadar.
Yeah,
with a little bit of extra flavor.
I don't know what that means, but that laugh makes it sound sinister.
It makes it sound wonderful.
Let's see how it works one day.
Perhaps it's wonderfully sinister.
Trust me.
Yeah.
As he approaches Lucilia, he puts his hand on Lyle, and in an attempt to try to establish an empathetic link with just how he feels, so Lyle knows he's missing this connection with his partner, this instant feeling, this instant transferal of feeling and emotions, having to experience this all in a different spectrum, and learning emotions and learning how to interact with people on a physical level and in a new emotional level where it's not direct. Very new and very weird, but that comforts him greatly. He's got a smile on his face the rest of the day.
Yeah. There's something else you notice with your 20 investigation check. As the two brothers are at their respective work tables, there's a flicker in the weave. What you're seeing is an illusion. The brothers aren't there anymore, yet you see the illusion that they are. They've stepped through, perhaps, somewhere else.
Hmm.
And with that, we're going to move over to Kel. Kel, you're up on top of the tent. Do me a favor, or if anything specific. I was going to have you immediately jump into a perception check, but if you have anything specific that you would like to be looking for while you're up there.
Well, from what I recall, I had already done kind of a look around and couldn't find any way in up here.
Yep, that was kind of your an investigation of that specific space, yes.
And the more he thinks about it, the more he thinks this is not the time, this is not the place for this.
Okay.
There are more important things than wasting time on druids who have lost their way and are misusing their powers of nature. If they want to leave themselves trapped here, that's actually a worse fate in his mind.
Okay.
Stuck in this cacophony. And so he decides to get down from the tent and find his way back to the cart in the outskirts of all of this.
I assume you're sort of circling around, sort of the outside is normal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
He's not going to go through the middle. He's just going to circle around the edges and check on the cart, and then
I'm going to have you do that perception check with advantage after all.
Okay.
As you are going back to the cart, as you're circling around the outside. So, as you swing around, Kel, you're drawn to something. It's almost like a magnet drawing you in. As soon as you spot it, you almost can't help yourself. Even though you know the pain that it's probably going to cause. As you make your way across the tent tops and the caravan wagons, you arrive above a small area that's been opened up to leave a pathway and give access to a glade that is next to the stream that runs beside Midway and Mib's caravan. And there, standing in the glade, surrounded by smiling children, young teens, and a few adults with nostalgia in their eyes holding hands, is a figure dressed in a tree bark mask and a mantle of spring leaves. It's someone portraying the Prince of the Forest for Belmark, and they are handing out seeds to the children. Memory washes over you and sweeps you back in time as you recall staring out from behind a similar mask, surrounded by the children and members of the Sail Sioux, the ones who weren't undertaking the Moral Thefin, as for 4 years, you were the one for your tribe who was the Prince of the Forest, handing out seeds to your tribe and to your family. You watch as this figure, just as you did, takes the children over to the fertile soil in the glade and shows them how to plant the seeds, gently cover them and drip some stream water over top of them. And then just a touch of druid magic makes them sprout as all the children and adults watch in wonder. The children are entranced, just as you remember the children of your tribe used to be. You're frozen as the weight and the moment of that memory on this day begins to bear down on you.
Yeah. I just sit and watch.
And you watch for probably hours as the day goes on, watching, just immersed in your memories of home. And we're going to leave you there in squirrel form, looking down upon the glade, and move over to Iska. Iska. Well, that was a terrible transition of music. I should have faded that in a little. So, Iska, you have been shooting with Sebastian all morning. And I want you to do me 3 dexterity checks with advantage.
Yeah.
See how you're doing on your training.
Let's see what happens here. All right.
22. 23.
23. Let's go 24.
And
Okay.
12.
Half of 24.
So it's interesting. Sebastian almost seems intuitively to know the mistakes you're going to make, and corrects you before you even make them. There's this weird synchronicity that almost happens through this insightful, old, sort of grizzled performer as he guides your hand. And as it gets closer to lunch, your arm is aching. It is almost numb from recoil. And he sort of looks at you and says, well, we should, let's now take a break here for a little bit.
Do we have to? I can keep going.
We'll get some more done after lunch. Right now, you need to step away from this for a second. You need some food. You need some water. Otherwise, it's just going to get worse. You want to get hitting those targets like you were at the front, at the beginning of this. You need to take a break. Sometimes the best way to move forward is to take a step back. Kind of looks at you knowingly.
She wants to say something more, but she kind of bites like her lip, and she knows he's right. So she just gives him like a resigned nod and kind of waits for him to lead the way.
So, I mean, he sort of takes you over, and he has sort of a little bundle, sort of leathered up bundle that has some apples, some fruit, some cheese, some hard bread, good hearty stuff. And so you all sit down on a bench together, and he just sort of looks in and he goes, so what's your story? Why are you going through the vice for?
Well, my friends and I, we need to get there. We all have different reasons, I think, but we're unified in getting across there. I have a job to do, and like I said earlier, I need to find someone.
Sounds like you're hunting someone more than finding someone.
That's up to him when I find him.
There's more to you than you're letting on than just a tavern singer for the Arcana Mystica, Miss Iska. But that's none of my business to go digging into. But you certainly aren't the usual one we see visit us and grace us with their presence from the Arcana Mystica. That's for sure.
It's a partnership for now. It's a necessary partnership to do something better.
I see. So they gave you money to get through the vice, now didn't they?
You're a smart one, Sebastian.
I've been around. What is it that's prodding you on? You've got a fierceness in your eyes. I didn't even see it last night when you were performing.
Something happened last night. Let's say it came to me in a dream, cliche as that is. I need to start making the right decisions. I need to start making sure people around me make the right decisions. You're right. There's something. There are things, secrets I keep, things that I can do, but there's things that I don't want to rely on, things that I can't force myself to rely on. I need to be better. I need to grow and I need to learn. I need to protect the people that I care about. I can't mess this up.
It's a lot of weight for one young lady to carry.
For them, I'd do it gladly.
Well, all I can say is you need to be prepared. The Vice is not a friendly place, that's for sure. And we all have the luxury of traveling together with Mim.
Iska looks around at that and just kind of thinks about, because this place is described as fairly sizable, right? This caravan.
Oh yeah, probably. Oh yeah. I mean, it's 18 to 22 wagons. I mean, it's big.
She looks around and says, "That's something Could you enlighten me a little bit here? You all travel back and forth through the Vice, perform across the world, and you all seem no worse for wear. How do you do it? How do you get this many people? And from what I can tell, a good chunk of them have or use magic. How do you get through the Vice and keep it together?"
Well, there's a method, as there is to anything. He sees you sort of looking around. Well, you travel, even though there's quite a few of us, we do travel light. We learned a while ago you don't bother with pack animals. That's what the druids help us out with. Yeah, he sort of points out, you'll see no oxen or horses or mules as part of our group. Everyone has to pull their weight, even if that means pulling your weight to pulling a wagon. A lot of those druids, they are what you call natural shifters. So they're able to help a little more than your normal druid. That always helps. And then, well, Mim. You know, she's got plenty of secrets. But, as I said, I think you got some secrets too, and if there's one thing that I sure know about Mim, is she does like a mystery and a puzzle. If you can get yourself in front of her, he kind of smiles like he knows something. There is no way that she's not going to want to figure you out and probably help you on your way so she can just see where it all leads to. But I'll tell you, the other trick with Mim is, don't give it all away. You spoil the puzzle, she's got no use for you. So, your first trick is getting in front of her. I think the rest will just work itself out.
Any leads you can give me with that?
Well, she's certainly going to hear about a performance that made some of her vendors a goodly amount of money and kept her customers happy and the beer flowing. So, that's a start. A lot of activities going on over the next day. Festivals happening. You might want to chip in maybe and make a little bit of a impression.
Volunteer my services.
I wouldn't suggest doing it with a gun though. Stick with your voice. And with that he goes, come on, let's get back at it. You got plenty more to learn.
Nods and gets up and follows.
He's trying to get out of the booking fee. That jerk!
Iska's gone freelance. I'm sorry. I didn't want you to figure out this way.
No, the heck you didn't.
Sorry, stage mom.
Free Iska! Run! Run!
I will literally freeze you in your tracks.
Let's swing back around to Luna, Luck, and Axel. Axel, I know you had some business. Luna has business. Luck, we got to get Luck some clothes. So, what are y'all up to? And Axel, just a quick question. I mean, I assume you loaded up your bag of holding. Do you basically have everything from the wagon with you, or is there still stuff back in the wagon that people aren't individually carrying?
Axel actually hasn't loaded up the bag of holding. He's just got his stuff in there. He was thinking, we're going shopping as a group. And so he's basically waiting for everyone to get back together so they can actually go and sell all these things. Mostly Celia, because he sees her as the one who basically knows how to steal money.
Okay.
That's why I was looking for her at the beginning of the day, and then she ran off with Iskrin, and, he got
Plans have fallen through.
I mean, they're back. Yeah, they're back on the main, in the sort of main vendor area now. So I won't even make you roll for it. If you guys want to hook up with them, it wouldn't be too hard for you guys to all get together, minus Iska and Kel.
Yeah. Well, we're going shopping for clothes as well.
Sure.
Is that Iskrin over there? He looks like he's badgering Celia about something.
Luna immediately looks tired.
But at least he's not teleporting around, because when I tried to talk to him earlier, there's a poof. So that happened as well. I don't know where they went, but I just walked around.
Maybe
there's a library over there. Let's go. Yeah. Dashes
Flag
off.
that direction.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. So yeah, you guys all sort of hook up in the middle of the midway.
As they do, Ishkin's like trying to convince the idea to Celia. Look, if maybe you can make some extra coin if we teleport people into the air, as a ride.
No,
can we do that?
Axel's just
on,
no.
Axel, hi. I can go.
I don't think he's into that short anymore. He's normal height.
Yeah, he's normal height now.
Normal height again.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I think he's like 5 or something.
Yeah, I think y'all are about the same height.
My eyes are up here, buddy.
No, just staring down at your claws, your paws, the little paws.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we're all
Axel looks over to Luna. This is fun. Well, now we're...
Hey, Boomhead Shot Dizzy donated $48. The guy in the Vox Machina signing. Thank you for talking. I hope this helps. Thanks. Appreciate it very much.
Hey.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
So $48. Was that for a specific something? 48's a very definitive number. Were you shopping for something specific in the shopping, or 48 just happened to be what you were aiming for? Let me know. You can either message me or put it in chat, and we'll find it. I'm just thinking 48's a very specific number. It sounds like you might
did
have
it meet
shopped.
the goal exactly or something?
Huh?
Did it meet the goal or something?
No, we're at 115. So
okay.
I'm wondering if it's a. Because anyway, we'll see what he says.
Yeah.
He or she says. They. I'm getting better with that. So you guys are all together. You guys. Nope, just for the 100%. Yep. Cool. Thank you very much. Oh, gotcha. It evened out the big donation. So now, yeah, we're at the 100%. Very much.
Okay, there we go.
I was thinking of the spell bank. I wasn't thinking of the actual goal. Yes, so thank you. So yes, we've made our goal from the month. Thank you very much, Broomhead's Hot Dizzy. And we'll put the $48 into the spell bank. So that brings us up to 162. And we need to do a spell. We'll do that in a second. We'll do that when we go do the break.
Yeah.
I vote Danny this time.
Okay.
I vote Danny.
Yep, since he didn't get to do it last time. So
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Are you?
No.
So you guys are all together. Oh, I just realized that I've got the swamp background up. What's up with that? Go ahead.
Potion script.
So, clothes shopping.
Yeah, there's actually a couple of things. Does anyone know where Iskit is? Because she went off in the morning and...
yeah, you guys don't. Yeah, you guys don't.
No.
But
no.
Now it's a big place and it's noisy. I don't...
Should I try?
Iska, do a perception check.
Good idea. More of a shout you might notice.
Maybe if we go up in the air, we can get a better view. Oh wait.
Good idea. Wait, no, that's no.
Yeah. Bad times, bad memory.
What Luna is going to do, understanding the sound and everything going already, she is going to take the water she has, form in giant letters in the sky, Iska, arrow down.
Right.
So we'll say during your lunch break, before you guys go back to shooting.
Come on, it'd be fun.
Before you go back to shooting, you think you hear someone shouting your name. You then look up and see a billboard in the sky. And you can sort of poke your head out from behind the backstage area. And
I can even make it change colors.
Yeah.
Iska has a thought that says, so that's why I keep her around as a manager.
Advertisement and security in the same package.
So you head out. Actually, yeah, you'll head out onto the middle. We can have a little bit of where Iska can be involved in the shopping here before getting back to Sebastian.
Yeah, I turn to Sebastian and just say, those are the friends I told you about. Just a few minutes, please, if you don't mind.
Just meet me back here in like an hour. That gives you plenty of time to rest. It gives me a second to take care of some business too. He sort of shakes this gold thing as those darn druids. They sure do know how to gamble. And Luna in the sky with diamonds. Yes.
So like diamonds in the sky.
So, Iska, you come out and see the whole party gathered together, actually in fairly good spirits, so...
Nothing's wrong!
Yeah, except for Cal.
Yeah, no Cal.
We all know he's going to be elsewhere.
Yeah, well, we're used to him.
Yeah. Yeah, you weren't expecting to see Kel in the middle of a crowded midway. No. In fact, if anything, Luna, you're a little bit surprised that your Luna's there.
Again, Luna still looks uncomfortable. But there are clothes to be bought.
Priorities. Dying close one.
So yeah, Iska just approaches and like cocks head, just
bring the time back down, back in the water skin.
So, how was your morning?
Eventful so far, and I actually need to get back there before too long. What's going on?
We were just I was just wondering where you were, and when Luck decided to start shouting. Luna put the words up, but I'm thinking now that together we can go. There's all the things that we need to sell, and then there's the things that we need to buy. I need to split the money so we can buy the things. So I figured if I run back or Luna runs back and gets all the things from the car, we can do it now. And there's actually a couple of things I need to identify as well. Maybe you could help me with that. We could just take a bit.
Okay.
Sure, I would be glad to.
Yeah, Luna, if you want to do...
I can step of the wind it.
Step of your wind there and
holding.
back.
Yep.
Within.
Put them here.
She will just put you on her back and go. Like, whatever. I don't know how the magic thing works. So.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll say you basically put everything into the bag of holding and head back. You guys want to do some identifications.
Yeah, just take some time to identify.
So you've got, you can ritually cast them if you want, or do some quick ones as well. So what things do you want to identify? You've got quite a few.
Let's see, we have...
Don't have two gem swords.
There was you don't have the swords anymore. There was the mystery wand from the vault loot. There was the mystery scroll from the vertex loot.
Monk dagger.
Bundle of magical leather armor.
Magical dragon armor.
Yep, magical dragon armor.
Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking of things that need to be identified.
I have an unidentified scroll. I don't know if it's the same one that you picked up.
If it's from the vertex room, then I'm guessing. And then there was a magic pearl that did something.
I've got that one, yeah.
Yep. So give me an order, because if Iska's helping out, she has to do some performance checks to make sure that hers takes. You just have to burn your...
I'll be ritually casting them so I don't have to burn.
No, your gates.
Oh, the gates, yeah. Those. I got those. So I will be start with the pearl. Dragon armor?
So the pearl...
I would say have Iska do like lower tier things just in case she screws it up.
So
I would
scroll.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do the pearl.
Yep. So I will be doing the pearl. I just got to get rid of the gems. Okay.
So as you might have suspected, this is a pearl of power. You can use an action to speak the pearl's command word and regain one expended spell slot of up to 3rd level. Once you've used the pearl, it can't be used again until the next dawn.
Nice.
That's useful.
Do you want to roll a performance for the scroll? On a 10, you just make it. So with that, it is a scroll of... Standby. Of mass healing word.
Ooh.
Does anyone want to take this, or should I hold on to this one?
That might be best for you to use this one, because it's sort of your spells.
Cool. I'll hold on to it for now.
Okay. What's up next?
There was the wand.
Yeah.
So, Axel, you doing that? Mark off your...
Oh, yep.
Or do you want to do it, Iska? Either way. Who wants to do it?
I'll take it, and I'll figure it out if something goes wrong. So
yeah, performance check.
Wait a second. I'm going to use something, I think.
No.
Oh, is it?
The 12 works. 10 or above.
Oh, gotcha. Cool.
You just have to not screw it up. I mean,
Good life advice.
Yeah. It is a wand of polymorph.
Ooh.
Ooh. But what does it polymorph into?
It is as the spell.
Oh.
So Iska describes that, and she holds out the wand and says, "Does anybody?" And then, if it is Grin with us,
so
no.
This wand has 7 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of its charges to cast the polymorph spell, DC 15 from it. The wand regains 1d6 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the wand's last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, the wand crumbles to ashes and is destroyed.
Like I said, she'll hold it out and say, "Does anyone?" and then see Iskrin and then like maybe turn her shoulder a little bit to him. Do any of you want to?
Oscar's entirely trying to get his mantle/cloak off. But he's always trying to stop.
Axel will be very quick to pick up the wand.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got a few more things, I believe.
Yeah.
The armor.
Ooh, okay, yeah. The armor. Let me. This one has a handout because.
Ooh.
Oh, back to the fancy handouts now, are we?
Well, because this is a custom item, so let me get it edited up.
Celia waits.
So you're talking about the dragon, the heavy armor off of Vertex,
Heavy armor,
right?
gross, yeah.
Oh, this is heavy armor.
You will see it in your in y'all's handouts. Heavy armor set: breastplate, bracers, greaves, helm, and gauntlets. AC 18. This heavy black dragonhide armor is covered in small, thin spikes and reflects light with a faint greenish-purple iridescent sheen. When underground, the wearer has tremor sense out to 90 feet. It does require attunement. As you saw, the helm actually covers your eyes, as you had seen.
I'm pretty sure there's only one person here that can wear heavy armor, so...
Magic armor. I can wear it.
I can only wear medium.
I think
it looks like we're selling some armor, guys.
Well, we could.
Yeah, I think Claire can only do it.
Axel could definitely wear it.
Axel can wear it.
Oh.
Because of his attunement.
attunement. Also, it doesn't matter what.
The problem. He doesn't have the strength for heavy armor though.
Yep. It's regardless of anything. It ignores any attribute. It ignores attribute as well. Your draconic attunement ignores.
Axel becomes the tank.
Right.
With tanky cat lich. Tanky cat lich.
Tanky cat.
Does it reduce? Does it impose disadvantage on stealth, and does it slow movement?
It imposes disadvantage on stealth. It is heavy, full armor, so it would give you disadvantage at stealth.
Yeah, he might not want to wear that.
But it's probably worth some. It's probably worth some money.
It's probably worth quite well.
The only argument I make is like maybe just for the purposes of getting through the vice.
That might.
We're doing perception, not stealth at that point.
Yeah, we're not going to be stealthing much. That might be an idea. And leather armor then. Let's identify the leather armor.
So leather armor, another handout.
Yeah.
Now this one you
Celia waits.
Yeah.
Now you wait.
So this is the armor that was on Portex. Was on the guy who was the sub-boss who was in the barracks in y'all's first fight there. Not the one you ambushed, but when you went... Yes, the ninja one.
That douche.
Yeah.
Celia waits.
Yeah, Celia... You will find the handout for the Bandit Armor of Shadows. This is light armor, AC 12 plus Dex mod. In low light, this leather armor allows the wearer to use 5 feet of movement to make a contested acrobatics versus perception check to disengage an enemy without provoking an opportunity attack. On a failed check, the enemy has advantage on their opportunity attack roll. So you can disengage with as long as you have movement, you can do multiple disengages without using your bonus action.
Celia, do you need a cigarette?
Sounds like we can give that to Iskrin, right?
I feel like you need
Iskrin,
I'm thinking definitely that goes for Iskrin, yeah, right?
Wait, no. We give it to the backline, don't we?
Yep.
No, we give it to
low. Remember that it is in low light is when this is. You have to be in low light. You basically can dive into the shadows and reemerge elsewhere.
All right, do your roguey thing. Do your roguey thing.
All right. It's an
we know where it's going.
You got a few more things, guys.
Next time we find leather armor, I don't want to hear a word.
Oh, what's left?
You get no complaining about armor.
You've got the monk dagger left.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
Did we also get the scepter?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The scepter you've already done. There is also an axe.
Yeah, that's right.
There's also the axe.
Yeah.
And there is also a ring that you got off of the alchemist.
Yep.
Speaking of rings, Ishkun would like to turn to Luna and say, could you think of a cat and then pull said cat out of the ring?
She
Literally
looks
about
very
the time you
confused.
say that, a large sort of bobcat-sized, very alien-looking feline emerges, appears at Luna's feet. It was almost just the thought itself brought it forth.
Luna's in front of Iska in a second defensive stance.
Is that Kel?
No, Kel's right there. Hey, buddy. I pat
Who is... Wait. Is this another Kel?
I don't... Are you? He looks at the cat.
The cat just kind of looks up at you.
Iska leans forward in Luna's ear and says, "It's okay. I know this cat."
But I thought Iska
I was trying to
didn't,
remember.
right?
I don't think you know this cat because you were
I
in the
think
white
only Kel
room.
does.
I think only Kel knows the cat. Or did y'all say
shoot,
hi?
You're right. No, you're totally right.
I think
Iska
only
doesn't
Kel
do any
knows
of
the
that.
cat.
Then.
And
You
Kel
hear
isn't here.
Lyle go, "Oh, hello. There you are. Haven't seen you in a while."
Oh, Lyle thinks it's cool. All right, we're good.
Can we have introductions?
This
The
is...
cat?
Yeah.
Friends? Cats? Friends? What's he... I don't know his name. I picked him up from the last sea, I think. Yeah.
Did you just kidnap a cat? Cat.
Well, I didn't want him to be obliterated, so... It's adorable.
Looking at the sword, Lyle, please explain.
Well, last sphere that we were at, our big-hearted friend here, the Lunk, decided to save our little friend here, and brought him along. Unfortunately, it had the side effect of occupying a space within the ring when it was needed.
Yeah. And that's why Kiradron isn't here. But anyway...
Does that mean there's 2 spaces in that ring?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
So if when we go into the device, 2 people can rest, although that might not be the best idea, but we do need to rest. We'll think about it later. Can I... Is it he or a she? Can I scratch him?
Yes, you can scratch them.
Yeah.
They seem quite friendly and sort of does the cat, figure 8 around your legs.
And now you're the cats.
We are the cats.
Okay, I've got to remember,
Fine.
Kyle, what is your cat's name? Not the game cat, your actual physical cat. Kamen, that's the name of the cat. So, sorry, I was going to have Lyle introduce him, but I couldn't come up with it for the life of me. This is Kamen. So, you still got a few more things. Who's burning what to do it? You've got the axe, the dagger, and the ring.
Axel does 1 more thing and Iska does 2. That's 40 minutes spent on it.
Okay, so go ahead and do your performance checks. Need 2 of them.
Play that fiddle, girl.
That works. That works. Okay, so you need to mark off Iska. I guess that's 40 gold. You need to mark off.
Yep.
From your tips, and
I'll make that again. No worries.
No worries.
Diva.
From where is it? Okay, I know it's in here. The dagger. We'll start there. As you examine
actually
it.
Probably made that off luck.
Yeah.
Probably.
She makes more money she makes more money than I will ever in my entire life because she always has my money.
So, this is the Innervating Dagger of Truth. Once per long rest, the bearer may spend 1 minute contemplating the patterns etched on this weapon's surface and regain 1 expended key point. It's in a handout. The bearer has advantage on investigation checks to see through illusions. In addition, the bearer gains advantage on an insight check to check if someone is lying, and disadvantage on all deception checks when attuned. So it's hard for you to tell the truth, but to tell a lie, but you're also able to detect the truth.
Now, question: are the other effects are the other effects passive, or is that all? If I spend a minute, all these effects activate.
No, if you're attuned to it, the bearer is pretty much all the time. The minute is to get the key point back.
Key back. Okay.
Yeah, it's two separate effects.
Sweet. Lunia will continue to hold that dagger. Kitty.
The next one is this very strange looking, odd axe. It is an ancient dragon axe. It's a +1 magic weapon, 5 feet, damage 1d8 +1, versatile 1d10. This magic +1 battle axe is worked with dense draconic scales and precious metals and glows when celestial dragons are within half a mile. It is marked with a dragon rune. If you want to do an intelligence check for me, you can see if you know which one it is, Axel.
You're muted.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Intelligence.
That is some sick axe artwork, too.
13.
Isn't it? I loved that one. It is marked with, give me a second because I've got to, so I can say it right. It is, the Azkept one. Augment, Fortify, Absorb. Is the dragon rune that's upon it when you look at your dragon index.
Okay. I can only be attuned to 3 items, isn't it?
Correct, but your draconic is only for 1, that if it's something you normally can't wield, that you can use your draconic to make it so that you can. So your draconic currently only allows you to, one thing that you wouldn't normally be able to use, you're able to use it. It's not all 3 of your things, it's only 1. And as your level goes up, it becomes 2, then all 3 of your attunement slots. So it's calculated off of your proficiency, which currently only allows you 1, but will become 2 as your proficiency gets higher. I'm sorry, it lets you become proficient in something that you wouldn't normally be proficient in. And then the ring. It's actually quite an ugly looking ring, but and certainly has bad memories with it because it was the alchemist's. But it is, let's watch the face happen. It is the ring of the Pact Keeper. While wearing this ring, you gain a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls and to the saving throw DCs for all of your warlock spells. In addition, you can regain 1 warlock spell slot as an action while wearing the ring. You can't use this property again until you finish a long rest.
All right.
Requires attunement by a warlock.
Yeah. Mr. Sparkle Pants.
This is the ultimate reaction episode of The Vice.
Aces of the Vice.
And I claim that is all of the treasure that you guys have from the dungeon. There still are a couple items that people, I think, are holding on to for later identification, but I don't know if you guys want to bother with them or hold off. Some people have been holding off, I think, for reasons.
Let's see. I've got a bunch of dragon teeth and scales and stuff.
Yep.
That's all there.
Well, I mean I guess I don't know that I need the wood sword from the tiefling tree inside. I don't know how it works.
I mean, it's magical. It's questions whether you want to identify it or not.
Yeah, sure. I have no reason to find that. If you're willing.
Axe will do that if you're willing to let him.
Yeah. Do
Okay,
not
so got
touch
the
yourself.
Black onyx and the dragon spines.
They're not magic. They're mundane.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were telling. Sorry, I misheard that.
No, we're still identifying.
So
Yep, we got one. So, tell you what, I'm going to just put this in Luna's and let her take a look at it.
Actually,
Sure.
tell her what it is. But yeah. That's like 50 minutes of identifying. No, 40.
We are gearing up for the Vice, all right? We gotta know what we got. We gotta
gotta
know
know
what we
what's
got. Also, you're a little tank now, so
Yeah.
it's all worth it.
Can we ask totally not Sam Elliott to just mount a gun on the back of the cat so we can have like a mobile cat pack?
I have fireball. I don't need a gun.
Okay.
You said you let me see where was it?
You should see it in Treasures.
And treasures. What's it called? Oh wait, is this the? Oh, I think I know what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
This Warpwood longsword deals normal magical damage. However, on a critical hit, 19 to 20, it deals an additional 3d6 necrotic damage. When the Deathbloom Thin Blade delivers a killing blow, all allies within 5 feet of you are healed for the damage caused by the killing blow. Requires attunement and proficiency.
That's pretty
Not
nifty.
bad.
I'm a fan of that.
That's a pretty nifty thing.
And in 30 more episodes, they'll finally be able to use it.
Since you read it, I'll go ahead and let everyone put it in everyone's. I just didn't know if you were going to keep it to yourself, seeing as it had been given to you by the...
No.
That's
I
fine.
mean, it's not
Like I
like
said.
they haven't seen I have the sword.
Oh, no, absolutely. So,
And Axel knows what it does anyway. So.
yeah. Anyway, so that,
Okay.
by my account, that is everything that you have not identified.
Yeah, that is all
Alright.
that magic stuff out the way.
Yep.
Cool.
Now that we sat in the middle of the street for about an hour.
Well, street, wagon, wherever. You all pulled yourself to the side
I
a
was
little
kidding.
bit.
I just like the visual of us in the middle of the road with like Iska just performing, looking at things, and Axel just like breaking gems.
We got a tip hat somewhere. Somebody thinks it's performance art.
Yeah.
Modern art.
No, we're not going to show off all our valuable magic items in the middle of the road.
Yeah, no.
Not a good idea.
Yeah, that's how you get robbed.
Actually, that's a question. Did Tian mention to Axel that the dude tried to steal from them?
No, probably not, because I think he felt your mood being a little bit
Well,
introspective.
at any time. Okay.
Yep. So, sure. Yeah, no, actually, you know what? I'll start putting stuff like that in the Discord. Absolutely. For items, Richard. I can't do it right now, but yeah, I'll put them in the DM's vault of the Discord.
You mean we have a Discord?
We do have a Discord, and in fact, you know what? It is 3:30, so let's talk about the Discord and the everything going on.
Let's do a little break, I guess.
Yeah, I might as well go ahead and do a debate. So first thing, so I don't forget, Toonarth, will you please roll me a... Let's see, a 162. Ooh, that's higher than I thought it was. That is a 150 is standby. A 4 at 150 is a 5. So this would be a level 5 spell, which is a D46, please. On a 28. I have no idea what this spell is.
We'll read it out.
It's legend lore. I don't know what legend lore it is or does. Okay, apparently it's a good thing.
That is an amazing spell.
Good.
Well, if you guys want to learn all about the spheres,
Literally what it's used for.
I'm not native
Learn
anymore.
all about.
Do you want to know about the universe?
Then
really
you
have no
just
idea
use
what it is.
legend lore as your spell.
You describe a person, a place, or object. The spell brings to your mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing you named. The lore might consist of current tales, forgotten stories, or even secret lore that has never been widely known. If the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information. The more information you already have about the thing, the more precise and detailed the information you receive is.
Wow, that's like a secret breaker, man, for my campaign. Wow.
Yeah.
Do we want?
I think we're gonna keep that one.
I'm like scared of that spell, man.
Don't keep it. Please don't keep it.
Yeah, wait.
She's like, no, don't you all want to ride to a level 6? Y'all want to ride to a level 6, don't you?
Of course, for Tor's core sanity, the information you learn is accurate but may be couched in figurative language. And the spell might give the information, woe to the evildoer whose hand touches the axe, or even the half slices the hand of the evil ones and things like that. So, spooky stuff.
You know, you can be very cryptic if you want.
Yep. So anyway, so there's that. Let's talk about, actually, I'm going to turn over to Luna, Alicia, for Pun of the Week and to talk about our charity, because I need to go take a quick break, and then I will return.
I never vote for the potion, by the way.
Thank you, Jay.
Right, Luck, go ahead and roll for your potion. Give me a sec. I need to tell you what it is. I'm sorry. It is the Party Potion Punch Bowl, which is a D33.
All right.
So I reminded you to remind me because I would forget.
Yeah. I was just sort of waiting for everything else to be out of the way.
Oh, this is cool. It's a potion of resistance, which is good for our tank. You gain resistance for one type of damage for 1 hour.
Nice.
It's determined randomly, it looks like, from a D10 roll.
It's okay.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and roll it. Let's go ahead and roll it so we know what it is. So go ahead and roll a D10 so we know what it is. So that way it's not a random thing.
Yeah.
You know whether you want to keep it or not. On a 1, it's acid. Boy, that would have come in handy, wouldn't it have?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah.
We can argue we found it there.
Yeah, you have a potion of acid resistance. And with that, I'm going to go run real quick to the restroom, and I'll be right back. Oh, and by the way, just letting everyone know, we are still at 0 dropped frames.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. As Jay mentioned, this channel is run 100% for charity. The charities change every month, and this month's charity is the American Breast Cancer Foundation. They're an organization dedicated to various different prevention methods, finding a cure. It is a fantastic organization. There's a link below to go to the website. Please check it out. It's great. If you want, you can also click the banner and donate. What can you get with your donation, you ask? You can get anything from a D10 healing dice for the player, an advantage, a bardic inspiration. You can donate to the spell bank and give us lovely spells like Legend lore. Or you can simply just watch the show and share us on social media like Facebook and Twitter. Either way, thank you for joining. And as a special bonus, you can listen to Pun of the Week. What kind of bird sticks to a sweater?
What?
A Velcro.
That one hurt.
I'm glad.
That one actually hurt.
You make Kevin
physical
upset.
Pain. Real physical pain.
Was it a ripping sensation?
It was. It sounded just like a bird that sticks to things. Oh, man.
And Bird wasn't even here for it. I'm so sad.
Oh,
I'm glad.
man.
I'm glad for him.
feel like that's on purpose.
It's okay. When Grandmaster's here, everybody will suffer.
It's true.
One more week.
Nice.
Grandmaster, we appreciate the Grandmaster, but his skills are unknown to the mortal eyes and ears.
Except for mine, which is
why guys, I will also remind you, you still have some of your gems from way back that are still that you guys are still carrying around.
Do we? I was just about to ask. Do we still have that? Because I have it in my sheet. I wasn't sure who actually had it. Do we still have that 5 pounds worth of gem, or did that get sold?
Well, let me go back to tell you what you sold. We sold quite a bit of them. You sold all the 50 gold piece gems. Well, no, wait. Someone has a carnelian that they saved. I'm trying to. I marked off what was sold, but I did not mark off who kept certain ones. Someone kept a Star Rose quartz. You have. I mean, here's what I have that you have left. You have one lapis lazuli that someone has. I think Axel has that.
Yep.
Someone has a carnelian. Someone has a sardonyx. Someone has a Star Rose quartz. Someone has an amethyst. And you kept all 3 of the unique gems, which was the purple corundum, the black star sapphire, and the blazing heart opal.
We're keeping that blazing heart opal.
Heck yeah.
For a very long time until we actually craft that into someone's weapon.
Yep.
I still haven't used that. I should totally do that. No, I still have a +1 scroll from Danny from months ago.
Yep. So let's hop back into it because we got some shopping to do, and we definitely want to get to Kel's level up today. So there are a couple stores that you have bumped into along your way. You know that you saw the Axel knows where the library card is. The Gilded Blade, which is the name of where the Blacksmiths brothers work. Axel bumped into the crazy alchemical shop with all kinds of active brewing of potions happening, and you also have bumped into a scroll cart, but and then there's a lot, like I say, of just other various and sundry weapon shops, wooden weapons, shields, armor, leather workers. Again, remarkably mundane group of shops for some place that is so known to be highly magical.
I warn everyone that the Smith brothers have a fairly impressive illusion going on. If it's active now, he has no idea. He's currently petting the cat and attuning to the ring.
Yeah.
But he just...
illusion?
Yeah, they're just... It looks like they're working, but they're not.
Okay. You need clothes. Let's go.
Let's do that first, yeah.
Okay.
We'll say you're able to fairly easily find pretty much whatever you want. So, Luck, tell us what your new look looks like.
Get the luck look.
Jorts and
Lederhosen, man.
Lederhosen, yeah. Well, it's a shorts, a gym. One of those a shirtless sleeves. Come on, guys.
There you go. I was gonna say Luck is built now, man.
No, he's a gym boy. No.
Is he gonna go full lumberjack attire?
No. Let's stop putting images in my head.
Do they make flannel armor?
Do you want the answer to that question?
Ishka Cross.
Do they make... Alright. So, I think sort of the new clothing he would go with is actually very different from sort of his current... from what he originally was in. Okay. So, he had a lot of sort of leather work and sort of, sheep wool sort of clothing on him. And it looked very, it was sort of, covered him sort of head to toe, sort of, that sort of very, very, homemade stuff that, he sort of his sort of look now, he has these sort of more so if he goes from sort of this leather working sort of pants to these more, he would probably search out for probably like a thick hide sort of stuff.
Okay, so like a suede, like a raw suede type idea. Okay.
From sort of this sort of fairly soft cloth, he goes to sort of this almost sort of this layered cloth now, and layered cloth that sort of has this sort of a bit of a rough look to it, and sort of where he originally was going for like he originally used to wear very natural colours of browns and stuff. It sort of is now greys and blacks, sort of going very differently from what he used to wearing originally.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to find those things. So I'm just going to throw stuff out here. So yeah, you're able to find sort of like a gray pair of sort of heavy hide pants and a black sort of vest, type idea situation, sort of tunic or jerkin. You were saying leather or fabric? You're going more fabric or more leather?
Fabric. Yeah.
So sort of fabric jerkin. Sleeves? No sleeves?
No sleeves.
Okay, so you find sort of a sleeveless jerkin that has in black and some bracers that you're able to find to cover up your forearms. You actually only wear one, so that if you do use your bone armor, it can split through without ruining the fabric. So you basically just have a bracer on one side. But yeah, it's very much, you sort of have a gray undershirt underneath of this black tunic, which means it's sort of fancier style than what Luck used to be, a little bit more ornamental, or is it very plain?
I think it's very plain. Like,
okay.
Like he probably would look at the sort of fanciest stuff, but he would sort of decide against it in the end and go with the plain stuff.
Okay, so yeah, you're able to put together this in this sort of black and gray motif. With your gray beard, it is sort of all goes together actually quite nicely. Luna helps you out to make sure you're outfitted in a good way. You definitely find a new pair of boots since your other ones basically had to be destroyed so you could even be able to walk. Do you see them as sort of like high boots or like mid calf or all the way up to the knee, or are they sort of low boots? What are you thinking?
Some old habits die hard, as they are nicer, sort of long boots that go up to the knee.
Yep.
Some because miners don't like that getting stuff.
Yeah, you definitely won't want dirt and rocks in your boots. So cool. So you guys get outfitted fairly quickly. There's no sense in even trying to sell your old stuff. You actually, I'm just gonna throw this in for later. You pull out your good pants that certainly can no longer fit anymore, but Grain is not going to allow any of that. Those are now Grain's pants. He has pretty much made those his home.
The Grain pants.
The Grain pants. So your good pants, which were made by Faith, are sort of as they always are, stuffed into the helmet so that you're able to so Grain can have a sort of softer place to perch up on your shoulder.
So the good pants are now a grain sack?
You had to go and ruin it, didn't you?
I got up and left so I could miss the pun of the week. I'm not here for this.
And it was a bird pun too.
It was. I was so disappointed you missed it. You gotta watch the episode.
So that's sort of the style he goes with.
Okay. What's y'all's next on the list? You've got decisions of things you might want to keep or sell. You've got you actually still have non-magical mundane things to sell. You still have 6 of the ornamental swords. Iska, you kind of need to be getting back. Do you need to do you want to give them any instructions?
What I want to say is I still have, I believe, 12 bottles of the super fancy mead.
Yep, Emerald Highland mead.
I kind of would like to sell 10 of those and turn as much of that into healing potions, like buying healing potions, with the idea that I would rather buy them here than right before the Vice.
Sure.
Because just knowing how economy, they're going to jack that price up on us if we wait all until we get there to buy any. So she asked people do that.
Yeah, Iska, you know that these are probably about 50 gold pieces a piece, which, so that would turn into, 10 healing potions of normal level, or if you want it high, or you want to go for more, or do you want to go for stronger?
What does the party think here? Do we want more weaker potions or fewer better potions of healing for the Vice?
One lot. Probably more.
I would go.
Then we'll see what we can get. If one equals 50, then just get 12, and then we can try to pick up some better ones. Even more.
And actually, we're going to be rotating in and out constantly. I almost think more is the way to go.
Quantity is definitely better than quality.
Yeah, okay. She gives that to you. She
keep in mind, not all of us have the holsters, so we have to keep who's going to have what. Like I'd have a space concern with that.
Well,
but if people want, it's fine.
Here's the thing: certainly holsters could be purchased here.
Sure.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
And I guess if we all have them, then that would be a lot.
Yeah.
Finding
a leather worker who would, especially doing a sort of group holder of holster, you're getting, he's going to give you a bulk discount if you need to buy, because I think right now only 2 of you have them. So if you need to buy 5 of them, normally I believe I was having those run at 40 gold a piece. He'd probably sell you to you for 30 gold a piece if you bought 5 of them.
Sure.
All right, let's buy.
Yeah.
So
sounds like a plan.
Whatever you guys, whoever's keeping track of gold, do keep track of all this stuff. So knock off 150 gold from somewhere, and everyone gets a holster.
I'll knock it off from me, 150 off of mine, because I still have probably the biggest collected amount, and then just whatever potions we get. So cool, thanks.
So you got the potions?
Okay, so you guys,
or bag of holding, for now.
Right. So you guys head over to.
Can I toss in something there,
sure,
even though
absolutely.
I'm not there? Just as a reminder that it might occur to somebody that Kel is usually in animal form and therefore isn't using potions.
I thought about that, but actually, if we're still bringing the wagon with us, and we're trying to figure out whether you're using shapes to help pull that or not. Are you always gonna have a wild shape available if you burn through the hit points? Like you might be elf form more often going through the Vice.
I think usually they
wouldn't be. It makes a potion a bonus action. So, even if you only in the hit of battle for 30 gold, I would tell you this is just your DM talking. That's a pretty good investment. For 30 gold.
Anyway, if you drop it up in there.
I'm not going to say anymore because I'm not there. So
yeah.
I'm also going to say I think that's what saved Luck's life, is that he had that holster. I could just take it out and give it to him with the potion before. So even if you don't use it, somebody else could use it.
Yeah, if you get knocked out. It's true. So we will. Sounds like potions is the next order of business.
Yep.
So you guys head over and you find. You walk up to this very ornately painted open-sided wagon with striped awning that leans out over into the midway. Upon the wagon, you see a small pale-skinned gnome with a really well-kept handlebar mustache and leather-sided yellow lens goggles that are pushed up on his forehead. He wears just patchwork tailored vest made of dozens of fabrics of bright colors, various patterns. A blousy white shirt covers his arms, ending in cuffs that are splattered with stains of all kinds of different colors all over his all over his cuffs, and they sort of bleed down onto his hands as though whatever he's been working with. Let's get back to some more active music out here on the main midway. And behind him are dozens of these small kegs, large glass beakers, vials of bubbling liquids, all interconnected by copper distillation coils. There's things, low flames over things. And you see above the wagon in big bold letters in common, the Filter and Elixir Arcane Distillery. And as you all walk up, he comes forward and goes, well, howdy. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the Filter and Elixir Arcane Distillery. How can I help you? Okay.
Elixirs.
Well, what kind of potions do you all need today?
Healing.
Potions of healing and potions of restoration. Do you have lesser and greater?
Well, you usually can't get restoration in a potion, but I got plenty of healing, most any strength you could possibly need. I do have one item of interest. Are you all headed towards Vice?
Yeah. So, for the vice effects, we need something to stop those.
Let me tell you what I've got right here. And this is a bit on the rare side, but it does come in helpful if you are out there in the Vice. You know how expensive it is to get those hibernation crystals and all that sort of stuff. And magic, well, you just can't be too careful with magic while you were in there. So what I have here is what we call is the potion of awakened sleep. Now, it's very rare. You see, it's made from oozes that live in the swamps, and they basically like to sort of suck you down and smother you, just sort of cuddle you to death. And their blood is how you make these. You wouldn't happen to have any, do you?
Oozes?
Blood.
The blood of these cuddly like oozes.
Puddles, yeah.
Cuddle puddles, one could say.
You could say that, yeah. I always ask because it's so rare to find some, and it just takes a little bit for these. But the nice part is, basically, what it does, it lets you sort of keep walking and moving along like you do in the Vice, but it's like you're resting, not a big rest, just a short one. So you're able to sort of regenerate over the course of several hours, as though you were actually kind of taking a rest, even though you really aren't.
How much?
Well, these go for 650 gold pieces apiece. But I can tell you they are invaluable if you are in the Vice, and especially if you're one of those people who, in a short amount of time, can recover some critical things that you might need. Critical abilities.
Yeah. That's all of us.
Now, I understand if that is out of your budget. We have plenty of healing potions. But just so you know, after a while, you can't just keep downing these puppies and have them keep healing you. It's not like it's, they'll always do something for you, but they're not going to be as strong. You kind of build up a tolerance. If you've been drinking and it just doesn't seem like you can get as drunk after you've been on a bender for, a week, a month, a year. And never mind me.
He's got a problem, guys. I feel like we need an intervention with this guy.
Quick, out of character question, because this involves how much money the party has.
Yep.
I have one important thing to ask. Iskren, did you take a cut of the party goal before we knew that you were coming back?
No.
Okay. So the vault, with that in mind, the current split from the vault money is per person 835 silver, 294 gold, and 27 platinum as a note.
If it's okay to retcon anything, can Iska leave? Because Iska has.
You can certainly leave behind your platinum bars for shopping, if that's what you're asking.
That or a bunch of gold. I've got a lot of gold pieces, so.
Yeah. So you can leave behind your platinum bars and gold.
Okay. So the party for spending essentially has.
We'll say party fund. So just to keep it separate. That's your personal from just split of coinage, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is Iska's sponsorship from the Arcana Mystica, however you want to do it in her tips.
So
how much? So the split from the vault was, sorry, that's the wrong page. Or rather, split from Vertex. Sorry, was 835 silver.
800.
Yep. 294 gold. And 27 platinum.
That's each.
That's each.
Yep.
All right.
And that has been split already, or is that just...
That is already split.
Yep.
Okay, yep. That's
So-
the coinage, okay.
And then Iska is leaving behind.
1 platinum bar and 902 gold pieces.
Okay, hold on.
Because I'm not sure how
Where'd
much...
you get the 902 from?
Probably.
That's been left out. I've been adding that each time I perform.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no,
Like, I've been
you've been
keeping
making
track,
mad
dude.
tips, yeah.
How much was the tips again? I'm sorry.
It is total party fund is 1,902 gold. I'm breaking a platinum bar, and the rest is a bunch of gold.
1,932?
02. 02.
02. Okay. All right.
You go wild.
You make more money with performance than people do in their entire lives.
Actually, isn't that... Did you break down a platinum bar at... Is that actually a platinum bar that you broke down partially? Okay. So yeah, because that's also a platinum bar. We remember before you all left, you broke a platinum bar so you'd have
So we had
pocket
traveling
money.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so you have
see.
that, and then you've also got things to sell, depending on what you... Well, you know you've got... we're going to just make this easy. The bottles of mead are 50... You're able to get 50 gold pieces a piece from them from Helmer. So 10 of those, that's another 500 gold that you get from selling 10 bottles of expensive mead. Are you selling the swords? The gemmed swords? I believe you have 6
why
left.
not. I don't see why not.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I mean, they are just mundane ornamental swords.
Yep, sell them.
So.
We'll say, Celia, just do me a quick. I forget what we were saying. Whoever's got the high, whoever wants to do some wheeling and dealing, give me a persuasion, and I'm just going to do a roll against you to see.
That sounds like a Celia thing.
Yep.
Or well,
Who's going to watch?
You're muted.
You're muted.
How does this work?
I have a +2 charisma.
I have 0.
I was going to say, does Iska have a higher for persuasion?
Iska has the highest, but she's not here.
Yeah.
Iskrin has +3.
No, I don't care. I will take the dip.
Well, but he could.
No.
Celia could guide, but whatever. Okay, so.
Look at the +2.
I'm sorry. It is you all.
Well, again, you have to be trained in persuasion for this.
All right.
So it's trained in persuasion. Is no one trained in persuasion?
No.
Except for Iska.
Iska, never mind then.
Iska with a +9 is just shooting a gun somewhere.
Okay, for purposes here, Iska, roll me a persuasion.
She gives us some hints.
Because y'all could have been done that big identify thing pretty much at any time along the road in lots of places, so we'll retcon a little bit. So,
oh boy.
So they rolled a 15 against your 27 persuasion. And also after a performance last night, they kind of think of her as one of them. So they do give you full worth. Each one of the swords... Iskrin, get ready to run so Luna doesn't get after you.
I don't know they're missing yet.
You don't know they're missing yet. But yeah, suddenly there's only 8. From the 8 you took, there's only 6 to sell. Don't know where the other ones could have gotten to. They're worth 250 gold pieces a piece. And there's 8 of them, or 6 of them that you can sell.
Iskrin turns to Celia and says, they would have come in handy, wouldn't they? It's a lot of cookies.
Slow turn.
Wait.
Do you have the other 2?
Oh, no. I was playing a game with some druids and it gave me a chance. I'm not very...
Iskrin, if you look over there and run about in that roughly that direction for the next hour, you should be alive.
There's ice on Iskrin's shoes.
Give me a dexterity saving throw to see if you fall.
Wait, so what happened? So you lost the swords.
He lost the sword.
Game?
I was betting the swords. I didn't understand the concept of the game, but I had fun.
Do you know? Okay, it's good. Do you know now? Because I think because that money is kind of important. I mean, you can do some things, but that was kind of important because we need to go.
He's frozen up to his knees.
They're not. Leave him alone. And I think Celia's been talking to him a bit, because they've been.
Look at you, raise an eyebrow. Well, sorry, Celia, so it's clear.
Look, I'm sorry. Celia's helped me understand the value of items, and I'm sorry.
So you now understand their worth.
Sort of, yeah.
I mean, I'm still learning, so it's okay.
Unfrozen.
Okay.
Don't worry, I don't know what they're worth either.
Apparently a lot.
Apparently.
Yeah, I don't know why.
So, anything else that you are wanting to sell?
Let's see. We had that ornate cup still, I think.
You do. Well, you have the quarter kegs of fine elven wine as well.
True.
You have the chalice. Yes, the wood and gem studded chalice.
Mm-hmm.
But I gave it to Celia.
Yeah, Celia has it.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have it. Yeah, so you have it.
And then, believe it or not, you've also got this bone bottle stopper set that has gemstones in it.
Right. Yeah. Bone bottle stopper.
Is
Yeah,
the chalice
definitely
the
so.
chalice? Is the chalice from the palace?
And there's also the polished mug that Luck did not
picked
take.
up, put down, and then Luna picked back up.
Yeah.
It's good. Okay. So I definitely say sell the bone stoppers, the alcohol, the mug. Luna wants because she didn't actually get a chance to ask Luck about if stuff happened.
So you can get stuff appraised too before you decide if you want to sell
Sure.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
So you find a really sort of fine, high-end sort of art, store that sort of looks like they have the same thing. And as you go through, the vendor was like, "Oh, well, this is quite a rare find." But I understand that one often needs to liquidate before heading through the vice in order to be properly prepared.
Luna's mouth will twitch upward for about a millisecond.
Yeah. These stoppers are a fine example of Falinari craftsmanship with the finest of gemstones in them. And as you are a friend of Mim's with your performance last night, I could offer you 750 gold pieces for it, for the stopper set. Something of this fine value. Since I'm heading to Balathera, there are many people who would love to have a stopper set like this for their residences.
Everybody cool with selling these? Okay.
Can I put the onyx forward and say, what about this? Just a black onyx gem.
Well, I usually don't deal in uncut, but the blacksmiths use jewels often in their weapons. You certainly could get some somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 gold or so for an uncut onyx like this.
Do you deal in cut gems as well? Because I have these, and he gets out the 11 citrines that were cut. How much would these be worth as individual and as a set?
11 citrines. Give me a second.
Yeah.
I just gotta find them real quick.
No.
We'll get to Belmark. We swear.
No, we won't.
Where did this? Are the citrines from right here? Or from before? Oh, there they are.
They were from the.
Oh no! For the cut ones, again, these are these would be worth about 50 gold piece sold separately. But since they are all to a match set like this, you could probably get around 750 gold for them as a set. You don't happen to have the 12th by any chance?
It's meant to be 12. No.
Vegetation.
You are a funny one, aren't you?
Yeah. And then I turn it into a flower.
Yeah.
And then I turn it into a cat. And then I get rid of it. And then I glitter off to go head towards.
So are you selling or not? Just so that we're very clear on what's sold and what's not.
None of my... I don't just want to run through the runes that I have now. Do you know if any of them require 50 gold pieces worth of gems, or is just...
You will discover... You will... Yeah, of you that you have... God, I can't remember for right now. Because I've written up all the rest of them. You will bump into things that do... You can... We'll say you've noticed the pattern that as spells... Yeah. As your runes become more and more powerful, the item that it must be etched upon has to be worth more and more money, and it has to be single items. So things that are of more value could very easily be necessary in the future.
Okay. Well, I'll just... okay, thank you. They might be useful for spells, and I'll keep these. If we need any more money, maybe we can sell them, but I think I might want to use them for spells first. He's talking to the group now, so
sure.
Just so they know, just in case we have 750 sort of sitting there in the background, just in case.
So, do you show him the chalice, or are you holding on to that, Celia?
I am muted. I will. I'll hold on to it.
Okay. And how about the mug?
It's our one-day-versary gift.
Hey, Earthen Lady, thanks for the subscription. Appreciate that.
Hey.
Subflex. Whoops, right there.
I will get it approved.
It is worth 250 gold.
Oh, that's more than I thought. All
right. As you bring that out, like this is the mug, right?
Yep.
Look leaves. As soon as he sees it, he just walks out.
Okay.
Axel will follow him. Just sort of close by. Not
okay. So, I don't know if you've done all the math of things that you've sold and not sold, so potion-wise, do we want to go ahead and deal with that? Or, by any chance, do you get any of your magical items appraised?
Oh, like the things we identified and got? I would not get those done.
Celia is just, she has the eyes of charming that she's not attuned to, that she would want to sell.
Okay, so you seeing this as a sort of high-end vendor, you show it to them, and he goes, "Oh, I don't deal in magical items here. You'll need to see the man behind the curtain."
Okay. Where's the man behind the curtain? I'm guessing he's behind the curtain.
Well, yes and no. And since you've just done over 1,000 gold pieces worth of business with this gentleman, he hands you a small emerald key and goes, "Just be holding this and pull back the curtain." You can escort all your party in. Just, you'll see.
Oh, you mean the big tent with the guards?
No. Just behind the curtain. And he sort of gestures all around him to all these curtains and tapestries that are floating around.
Okay.
No, I'm not there.
Axel would so want to be there, but he's not.
Flip some curtains!
I'll pull Iskrin with me so he doesn't sell anything else.
Okay, I was just gonna like...
So you pull back...
Sisters before misters, man!
I'll pull Iskrin with me.
Yeah.
You just pull back the curtain, and what should be that you're just seeing like the next stall opens to a long stone hallway. And we're gonna leave you guys. We're gonna leave you guys.
Okay.
Okay, and she walked down, and I'm going to just suggest that potion guy. I would wonder if he can grind something in. I wonder what I can make out of this dust of that vertex guy. Anyway.
So, we're going to leave you guys as Celia and Iskrin look down a long stone hallway, which in the middle of this is very odd. And we are going to head back to Kel. So Kel, and give me the nod, or let me know when to start.
I thought I was going to be, later on in the afternoon, heading into.
We're going to sort of jump forward. I want to get this done. So for you, you've been sitting there as they're going on their shopping. You have been watching this Prince of the Forest sort of drowned almost in your memories of the Sail Sioux. And tell us a little bit about what you do as the sun begins to go down over Madame Mims.
Go ahead. So, as the late afternoon turns into dusk, Kel heads away from the noise and the crowds of the carnival. The events of the past few days are weighing heavily on him. Ties and connections, love and loss, history and fate, all getting bound together into something larger than himself and his group of new friends. The return of Iskrin when he appeared to have died, his encounter with Gabriel and the carnival druids, and his witnessing of the planting of the seeds for Belmark are troubling him in different ways, bringing an overwhelming remembrance of people he has lost. His mind turns again to the village of the Sail Sioux and the importance of this day in the lives of the people he loved so and who have been left behind so far to the north from where he is now. He knows he can't let the day pass without honoring the tradition he is a part of, and so he begins to look for a place, the right place, somewhere with rock and water and trees and open sky above him. After a time, there it is, a crescent-shaped pond with a flat outcropping of rock pushing into the middle of the crescent, and a few trees around the edge. He walks to the rocky spot and clears a circle of the rock from a thin covering of dirt and grass and leaves. And he's ready to begin. As he kneels down at the edge of the small space he has cleared to be his ceremonial table, he hears in his mind the remembered sound of a wooden flute. Using druidcraft, he fashions a temporary teapot from vines, fills the pot from the pond, and heats it with his hands. He takes out one of his moral thaw leaves, now more precious to him so far from where they come, and drops it in. While the tea steeps, he fashions a small cup from vines and blades of grass and places it in front of himself on the cleared rock. Then, following a sudden instinct he doesn't fully understand, he makes a second cup and places it across from his own. He closes his eyes briefly, thinking of the people of the Sail Sioux who would be performing this ceremony today in the village as well. For those who have begun their journey through the moral Pfeffin. After a time, the scent that starts rising from the teapot tells him then that the tea is ready to pour, and so he begins, not rushing, but not lingering. Lift the cup, sip, place the cup, rotate, palm flat on the rim, palm away, lift the cup, sip, place the cup. He has done this so many times, the gesture is so familiar and comforting, yet he pauses here and looks at the filled cup across from him, the cup that is not moving and turning through the seasons and the cycle of life. He closes his eyes again for a longer moment, and he seems frozen in place. Then his eyes open once again, and he goes onwards through the dance of the ceremony. Rotate, lift, sip, lower, raise. Drink the full measure. In place. Then the bow. Palms to his chest, thighs. His arms go out and up. His palms come to his forehead. He closes his eyes and bows from the waist. He is done. Yet he holds himself again, unmoving. After a moment of stillness, he opens his eyes, and the other cup still sits, cooling in the evening air. As his eyes remain fixed on the cup, he brings out his own wooden flute and begins to play a song filled with sorrow and remembered joy and longing, all intertwined. As he finishes the song, he falls silent and clutches the flute to his chest. His head drops, his body hunches forward, his eyes close, and tears begin to come.
Kel, you sit upon the flat rock that juts out into the pond, clutching your flute, just staring at the small teapot and the untouched other cup, tea gone cold, and ceremony unfulfilled. The weight of memory washes over you, and the miles between here and the Sail Sioux, your adopted tribe and family, expands out like a dark gulf of isolation. On this day of first planting, when the ritual of the Moral Pfeffin begins, to be here and so far away, awash in the noise and confusion and politics and blood of civilization, the emotions and memories of all that you lost, all that you ran from begins to crush you. Overwhelmed by the weight of your human emotions, your form shifts almost unconsciously into one of your earliest shapes, that of a gray wolf. You howl and you run. The rush of the breeze on your fur, the sound of the plains stretching out around, the smell of all creatures large and small in your nostrils. Your stride lengthens, sprinting in frustration and loneliness, chest pumping, heart thundering in your chest, just trying to escape, to get away, to just not be here. You leap over a small stream and mid-jump your form explodes, legs lengthening, neck stretching longer, a great weight upon your head. You left the earth as a wolf, but you have landed as a giant elk, striding across the plains with a speed and strength you have never felt before. You are free and powerful, and you realize you are not alone. Striding beside you in a ghostly form is a wolf with a black coat and blue eyes. A happiness you have not known in almost 6 years fills your heart. You run no longer to escape, but in sheer joy. You are not alone. The Sail Sioux are a part of you. What you felt you lost is here, in your heart, and with you always. You close your eyes as this revelation overwhelms you, and you find yourself running now in your human form. You quickly look to see the wolf, but it's gone, its physical form having faded away, and you fall to your knees, eyes closed and breathless, both thankful for the brief moment you had, but also mourning that it is now ended. After a moment, you look up and you see two blue eyes staring into yours before fading away. And you know that that wolf is with you still. Kel, in your handouts, you will find a new spell that you know called Howl of the Ghost Wolf. That should be coming up right about now. And I think that's where we're going to end our session for today.
You guys. That was incredible, you two. Holy cow.
I think something caught Danny off guard there.
Yeah. I forgot to change to my painting that I had. I had a nice painting of this.
That was...
Oh my gosh, guys.
I've got tears in my eyes there.
Yeah, man. I'm like welling up over here.
That was nice. Do you want us to give you a moment, Danny? We'll start with Celia. Let us know what you thought of the session and where we can find you out on the internet.
I'm okay. We're fine.
We were.
Where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter. I don't really ever streaming. You can find me here on Saturdays, of course. Your internet connection is unstable. Yeah. And you can find me on my friend Seth's channel on Fridays. For Legacy of Acheon, I play a dragoon, which is based off of the dragon class for Final Fantasy, and I have a little pet, but not really a pet, wormling, named Bellamine. Yeah, we just found out that we're all champions for gods, so yay.
Yay.
Let's move up to Dragons or Cats.
Hello, everyone. I was muted. Yeah, I am not. Good to see you all again. This was a wonderful session. It was so good. It was so amazing. I can't wait to walk down the stone corridors of awkwardness. It's going to be perfect. But you can find me all across most of the interwebs as Dragons Are Cats. I do a D&D charity game on Tuesday nights, and we're currently going through a lovely, wonderful dwarven stronghold full of orcs. And yeah.
Cool.
Look, yeah, I don't know where else to go.
There we go. Let's Templar Warden. Did you have a good session?
How can you follow that up? Whew. Yes, that was a good session. I think the ending was amazing, and the rest of it was sort of very necessary, and we got a little bit of character, so that was fun. I am Templar Warden. I was playing Hidden by Axel, the Tabaxi Wizard. You may find me pretty much anywhere on the internet as Templar Warden, and on Twitter as Rainer Templar. That's me. That was nice and quick.
There you go. Bird vs. Plane.
I am Bird vs. Plane. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Twitch doing horror games this month for charity. It is an honor to play this game with you all. That was some beautiful stuff there at the end. I thought we got the feels out of the way with Luck and his family, but of course we didn't, because of course the field never ends in the Vice. That music was incredible. I am blown away by the last couple scenes there. I love this group. we'll see you tomorrow for Dungeons and Coffee. I'll be there.
Yep. So next up we have NNG9.
Hi, I'm NNG9 on Twitch, where I play games where I curse a whole bunch as I fail epically. I'm also NNG98 on Twitter. You can follow me. Pun of the week, random live tweeting, good stuff. Me and Tunarth are both a part of T. Fredericson 80's game, Esla Power Within, which is on Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And also I'm a part of T. Fredericson 80's Friday night game, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Friday Night Frights, where we fight creatures and try desperately not to die. I will say about the ending scene most especially, this is why sincerity is so important for moments like that to work properly. Sincerity above everything. That changes it.
Good Guy Pie.
What's sincerity? I'm sorry. I'm. You know what? This session was beautiful. Like, I think it's over for me now, guys. So, like, I think next session things will be kind of okay for me, and I'm glad. And you know what? I'm glad someone else was able to be brought to tears through their level up, because Lord knows it's good to see that there are such beautiful scenes that can be made with everyone here, and that ending scene, the imagery was so beautiful. It was more beautiful than the night sky as the moon is high in the sky. It is a scene that could be written down on paper, but still not captured in our hearts. There you go. Good Guy Pie, pretty much everywhere on the internet.
And Danny, we had a couple good scenes with you today. How you doing?
Yeah. Can't really talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm Tunarth. I play Kel. I'm where she said I'm going to be, and where he said I'll probably be in the morning. And oh wow.
So I just want to finish up with the amazingness. I don't know, you guys don't realize this, but I'm going to start playing it again. This music that you're hearing that accompanied the last scene is a composition written by Danny specifically for this scene. He is a composer, and I cannot even tell you the joy it gives me to have the ability to do scenes like that scored to music that fits the mood so perfectly. I know both Danny and I have been rehearsing this on our own, because I didn't want Danny to know what I was doing, so he gave me the piece of music and kind of the beats that we wanted to hit, and put together that scene separately, and then this was the first time that it's been performed together. But you will be hearing these three pieces that build individually as the piano piece, then as the flute piece, and then as a combined piece in our rotation for Dungeons and Coffees and all other things as Music of the Vice, because I mean, what more can a DM ask for but to be able to have movie level scoring to go along with your story. It was a true joy to work on this, Danny, and for letting me tell this part of your story. So I thank you. And I'm Tall Squall.
No.
I'm Tall Squall.
You.
We can all gush at each other later. There were some great moments today. We will be better about highlights. I finally discovered the fact that Twitch allows you to assign people to be editors of your channel. So I am going to be, if the rest of the cast would like to do it right now, I've got Bird and Luna able to go in and edit. Certainly, it seems like it's a fairly easy, straightforward process. So if anyone else wants permissions on the cast to do that, $10 from Templar Morden. Thank you. Flex. Yeah, I was going to say, I got Iskrin be my flexing buddy now.
A belated shout out to Dragoon Zero for the $25 sub.
Oh, thank you. I didn't realize it was a $25 sub.
Oh, thank you very much.
Wow. I totally missed it. I'm sorry. Did it come in during the scene?
It was during the cut scene, and I messaged that person saying, hey, we'll get there.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you so much. And sorry we didn't acknowledge it immediately with the cut scene going on. I wasn't even looking at the screen. I was having a hard enough time trying to keep it together. I made the mistake of looking at Danny.
You were losing your DM poke face.
Yeah, no, Dragoon, no, please, no, don't, not you at all. I mean, I had turned down the volume on them specifically just in case, so that it wouldn't interfere with the music. So, thank you so much for that's a great, incredible thing, and it does go 100% to charity, and will count as $50 towards the spell bank. So thank you so much. I just realized I need to make an emote for that level. I don't have an emote for that level. You get a special emote. I'm gonna have to make it. Oh, I might have to do the Burt face emote. Because I have resting Burt face. Unlike women who get resting bitch face, I have resting Burt face, like Burt from Burt and Ernie. And
Speaking of art,
I can get
is
the
there
little tuft
any
of hair
kind
going
of
as well.
promotion or anything we're doing this month, possibly via Twitter?
Oh,
anything?
Yes. Also, for folks who want to, you have through midnight. If you go below in the, you can click on giveaway. It will take you to a Twitter. It will take you to a Twitter. It will take you to a tweet that all you have to do is retweet and follow me on Twitter, and you will be entered to win your very own custom artwork done by Lloyd Hoshida. So please do that. Right now, I think we've got about 58, 65 something entries. I was figuring out how to use one of the random draw things. So the drawing will be tomorrow morning before Dungeons and Coffees, and we'll announce on the air. The only reason I'm not doing it live is, as most of you know, there are plethora of bots out there that enter everything, and I'm not going to give art to a bot.
Right.
I want it to go to someone who's an actual someone and who watches obviously, when you see that it's all contest entries, for 5,000 tweets and they're all contest entries, I'm kind of thinking it's a bot.
What are you talking about? I think Robert 00828286825289 really likes our show.
Oh, I'm sure. Sure.
I prefer 100110011100.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, like I was saying, we do run again. Thank you for the donations that all came in today that got us over our goal with still 9 days to go. We still have time to go, 9 days to go. So we'll have next week as well to see how much more money we can raise for American Breast Cancer Foundation. Like I said, I'm Tall Squall. You can find me here, DMing the Vice. Now, hey, we are still at 0 drop frames. So after last week, that's like a big thing for me, for anyone who saw my face at the end of the last episode. But anyway, like I said, couldn't ask for more. I love this cast. I love all you guys. We have the best community in the world. So, you can find me here. You can find me actually at 6:00 tonight. You'll find me Eastern time. You'll find me over on the D&D channel playing Learn by Play. I've got some fabulous artwork coming in for my character Fulton over there. And you can find me also on Turncloak's podcast, which is getting more and more crazy every single week. And you can find me on the Encounter Roleplay Network on Tuesday nights as well. Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for sharing our story with us. We are going to raid. Look at me. Thank you, Axel. So I'll let one of you guys pick out who we're going to raid. Apparently, there's going to be the new raid command that we're going to be able to use soon.
Oh yeah.
Oh, neat.
Yep. So if someone can suggest a raid for us, we will go over and host that person. Anyone in the cast or anyone out there? See anyone?
It looks like Inwills is doing prep for D&D.
Hey, let's go.
Trying to see if, okay.
Yeah, let's go. We're going to go raid our buddy Inwills. So please join us over there. Give him a nice big flex raid. He was a great partner from the very start of our channel, bringing in, I think even some of you guys actually came here from watching him. So we will be hosting that, and hop over there and give him a good flex in his Twitch chat. And guys, until next time, gather your friends together and tell a story, because that's what it's all about. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Hashtag go to the bite.